Georgia, 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 Georgia.
We on the grind,
Georgia,
all the time. It ain't nothing on my mind, but
Georgia, Georgia.
Standing in the presence of this multitude, sobered with the responsibility of the message I delivered to the young men of the South, I declare that the truth above all others be one unsold and sacred in your hearts, to be surrendered to no force, sold for no price, compromised in no necessity, but cherished and defended as a covenant of your prosperity and a pledge of peace to your children, that the white race must dominate forever in the South.
You can feel racism on MARTA.
In 1965, most of the metro Atlanta counties and the city of Atlanta voted to pass a referendum allowing the authorization of MARTA, the Metropolitan Atlanta Rapid Transit Authority, with the exception of Cobb County. 6 years later, voters in DeKalb and Fulton County passed a 1% SPLOST tax to pay for MARTA. Clayton and Gwinnett County voted no, leading to MARTA only serving 2 out of the original 5 metro Atlanta counties it was supposed to serve. This method of funding MARTA by using sales tax was approved by the Georgia House of Representatives, but it still had to pass in the Senate. Governor Lester Maddox
I got friends that are black and white and admirers, and they're none of them bigots.
said he would block the vote unless no more than 50% of sales tax revenue went towards operating costs.
I think MARTA needs more lines.
And they didn't want to expand it to like Gwinnett. Or they didn't want to expand it to maybe Kennesaw. And I remember back in the days, MARTA didn't want to go to Cobb County.
County remains to be the only county that has not allowed authorization of MARTA, and Lance Lamberton perfectly reflects how racism inadvertently causes funding issues within MARTA.
I mean, a light rail system in Cobb County, please.
Lance Lamberton is a citizen of Cobb County, and he served as senior policy analyst for Reagan's administration. He's the founder and chairman of the Cobb Taxpayers Association and says it's too expensive for MARTA to expand to Cobb County, but quotes show he thinks otherwise. I like to be amongst my own kind in a suburban county like Cobb County. This is what the transit tax will do. It will further urbanize the county. It will create a demographic tsunami in Cobb County to the point where we will never ever, as the Republican Party, ever be able to recapture the majority on the Board of Commissioners. We might become DeKalb County. Is that a pleasant thought? Lance Lamberton states that he likes to be amongst his own kind, states that the Republican Party will never recapture the majority, and implies that it's a bad thing to be like DeKalb County. This might be a sign of racist dog whistling. Before MARTA was MARTA, it was the Atlanta Transit Company, which was desegregated in 1959 due to the Triple L movement. The desegregation of the Atlanta Transit Company led to white flight in the early 60s, and a majority black ridership of the Atlanta Transit Company led to it being called unsafe and urban.
During the day, it feels pretty safe, but traveling alone at night, it can get pretty empty, and that's when it feels a little bit like scary to take MARTA.
In 2024, MARTA had 211 offenses, with 39% of those offenses being larceny. It's important to pay attention to your surroundings and keep your items close to you. Along with that, the Atlanta Police Department reported 7,059 crimes in 2024, and MARTA accounted for only 3% of total crime in Atlanta, proving that it's not as unsafe as people believe it to be. Pamela Reardon, a real estate agent and member of the Cobb Grand Old Party or Republican Party, said residents don't want MARTA because it will increase crime and urbanization.
People that are in the upper class communities were fearful of people in lower class communities now being able to access their community and their shops and resources. So they didn't want to make that deal go through in fear of basically, oh, you got niggas finna come and tear up shit.
The racism that's been shown so far relates to the lack of development that MARTA has because of its relationship to the lack of funding. But they're working on it. Some of the ways they're working on their lack of development is by making the MARTA Next Gen bus network, which will increase access to grocery stores and jobs, implementing MARTA Reach, which will serve 12 zones connecting people to wherever within said zone, and constructing the MARTA Rapid A Line, which is a bus-only lane that covers 5 miles and has connections to the Atlanta Beltline, 3 MARTA rail stations, and more. MARTA has a long way to go, but it's getting there slowly and surely.
If you had to describe MARTA in one word, what would it be?
If I describe MARTA in one word, shit, that's hard.
I don't know. The word that's coming to mind is like unifying, but I don't think that's really what I want to say, but it feels I kind of enjoy riding on MARTA because it feels like there's so many people, and it's nice to see like people on public transportation, I guess. That's how I feel when I ride it. But I don't think that's like the common experience for people.
I want to say necessary because I feel it's necessary for those in communities where they don't have a vehicle. And so that's good, reliable transportation.
I'd say they're trying to do their best, but it needs a lot of work. So a work in progress.